Youth, beauty, middle age, Utah, old age, wisdom. You stole your keys.
Ready for action. Rebels spotted.
That was it. Let's get our look. It's October 29th. Yes. Halloween is soon. Let's calibrate the random word box. Put the cat ball's starting to go off again. Cat ball's starting to go off again. Let's get it going. First start. Okay. Stuck in its. Should be stable. So if it goes off. Ooh. Let's get this going on. And this is kind of falling apart too. Okay, everything's falling apart. There you go. That's nice. Okay, and
Heart.
Oh, what we're gonna do here is go this one or this one. Ghost tube. This one isn't so much the shake it. It's not gonna go. I think this one is. I don't know what it's doing. It's doing something. Halloween's upon us, and I was watching this former witch warn about. It's all part of the devil demon stuff. Like, yeah, if you believe that, I mean, if the kids with the candy, I mean, I don't see that. If you believe what you believe. Where am I? Speak. You believe what you believe and everything. Although it did occur to me that she's saying. It's like the devil coming to your door and knocking on your door constantly because kids coming over for candy. But I did remember that when it comes to the thinking of the devil getting into someone's life,
it has to be invited in.
You have the free will to say, no, don't come in, you're not welcome, none of that here. But if once you invite it in, like,
well, okay, it's alright.
That's and that's what happens with the Ouija board, the tarot card. You're inviting it in using stuff. So so they're coming in. Just don't let them inside. don't let those little kids inside. Oh, shoot. Dang it, man. Oh, alright. It's Saturday. I used to do this little reading Aesop's Fable, so I thought maybe I'll just do that real quick. I did get my Pfizer Bivariant booster shot. Oh yeah, it's a little bit. I can tell where it is right now. Later in the day, it was kind of sore. It was tender in that spot. I did feel kind of cold that night. Like I was like, oh, like temperature sensitive. Like when I'm getting like I've gotten infection or cold before, flu. I felt temperature sensitive. So I got up in the middle of the night. I was like, oh man, it's really cold. I'm starting to shake. It's cold. It's like, oh no, that thing, it was from the mRNA. It's true. But then I looked and it was in the atmosphere 10 degrees cooler than before. We had some rain coming through. So here we go. Aesop's Fable. What's going on here? I was looking at some of these. There's lots of them. And some of them are kind of just boring, I guess. But here we go with a classic. This is an Aesop classic. And it's like I don't know what to say. What? That was the story? Okay. The Frogs and the Water well. 2 frogs lived together in a marsh. But, oh yeah, gather round. It's like a little kid's story time. But one hot summer, the marsh dried up. And they left it to look for another place to live in. For frogs like damp places, if they can get them. By and by, they came to a deep well, and one of them looked down into it and said to the other,
"This looks like a cool place. Let's jump in and settle here."
But the other, who had a wiser head on his shoulders, replied,
"Not so fast, my friend. Supposing this well dried up like the marsh, how do we get out again?"
Yep, that's it. Look before you leap. Thank you, Aesop. That was Aesop's original Look Before You Leap story. Alright, I'm just gonna leap. Heart builds sympathy. Imagine. These have been pretty mild. Some of this, maybe it's, I don't know. What's in the news? The mayor asked to revisit the landfills because, I don't know, it's all just a big dump. We're just dump it on the island, dump it over here, dump it over there. Oh, we'll revisit them, dump a different place to dump. And then you cover it over and build houses on top. Yeah. Everyone does that. They want conventions to come back to keep our tourism. Cha-ching. Oh, yeah. Money, commerce. Because when they're making money, I don't know, someone is making money. Journalists. Okay, inflation and wages. Yes. It's always during election. All that stuff is pretty. No other thing, if it's just election year, things get all wacky. It's because strings and levers are being pulled and pushed behind the scenes. It always happens. It never fails. Gas price. Even if there wasn't a Russian embargo, they'd still do that. Big oil in cahoots. Biden returns to stump in Pennsylvania. I guess this is where he chopped down the cherry tree and he went back to the stump and said, look, I'm sorry, tree. I cut you down. Now, I don't know. I hope this guy wins because the other guy's a kook. But we won't get too far into this. Former president warns of threats of democracy. Yes, Barack, a.k.a. Barry from high school. Barry's going on.
Get off your couches and sit back down and get out and vote.
Literally, he's basically saying stuff like that. He's get out and vote. I agree. Just get out and vote. Whatever you vote, just vote. I mean, it's like when they limit voting. The intruder attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband. That is just horrible. They attacked the old man with a freaking hammer. With a guy attacked the old man with a hammer. It just shows that there's our kooks that are still doing the election big lie, get them kind of deal. It's just insane. And now they're going like attack like that. So back to the conventions. Yeah, we should have conventions. Like, remember this guy, Mark Jewell, spilled liquid nitrogen on the floor of the floor as students from Kapolei High rather, looked on Friday at the Applied Superconductivity Education Foundation. This guy's dumping liquid nitrogen. Look it over here. Someone with bare feet. I mean, like, it's like this liquid nitrogen. Okay, when your toes freeze off, don't break them because they'll break off and you can't put them back on, okay? Oh, God. Yeah, the kids in Ukraine, trick or treat. Goes the evil dictator. Twitter, okay, fast and go. That's how the things are made. There's just a stoplight in the foreground. There's aliens. It's what else? Oh, there's floods and storms in the Philippines. And wait, let's check out that. Everyone's getting into it. I was in Long's Drugs, and I just wanted to see what they were selling in the trick or treat aisle, and I saw these like skeleton glove hands. Like, oh, is that? What is that? So I was looking there, and it was really crowded. There's like a bunch of like ladies in there, and there's this guy. He was kind of tall. He was a holly guy, big guy, and he was picking up something. I was like, okay, I wanted to look in that section to see what's over there, and he's putting on a mask. I was like, okay, I'll just wait. I got to the end. I look back. He's putting on a mask and taking kind of a selfie photo in the aisle, and then I'm like, oh God, and looked kind of like a big dude with a mask on. And I thought that's a little creepy. It's like Jason from Halloween. And I went back to look at that section when he was gone, and there wasn't that mask in that. It wasn't a product. I was like going, oh my God. He just going in there without putting a mask on, like this guy. Yeah, I love putting a mask on. Is this even necessary? Pilot program, EV. Guilty is charged. Guilty, I say. Guilty. Tech is leading the stocks. Outrageous. Oh, Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't know, whatever. The stuff he did. What was his song? Great Balls of Fire. A whole lot of shaking going on. He's like the last one from that era of rock and rolly. Okay, and the sports got this guy that's like 1.5 times bigger than the other guy. He's cool defensive lineman, just smashing the guy. I don't know. That's a pretty good picture. Hey, it's prep football. He's catching the ball. No, it's a good picture. It's like suspended in the air. And Ohini volleyball, they're still kicking and whatnot. Just so much stuff. Right? What's going on? All these things going on. You know what? Every once in a while, I gotta calm down. And there's nothing like looking into the past, like in 1982. See what's going. See, like in 1982, when you wanted to play ukulele, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden, Gulliver's Travels. I'm a Lilliputian. I'm sliding down the ukulele. It's a giant ukulele float. The one over Grand Street's like Aloha Week Floral Parade. Giant ukulele. There's no buried. Twitter will be a town square for free speech, says SpaceX cadet. Is he gonna allow all these like nut jobs on Twitter now? Is that what the thing is? Is that what he's doing? I don't know. It's for everybody. Everybody. Tell the beachgoers to stop using soap in the shower on the outside. This guy's like freaking shampoo and soap. It's an outdoor rinse off the sand thing at the beach. And it's gonna taste good. But if you look over here, Halloween is consider this is like mail-in ballots for voting. Consider signatures inside ballot envelopes. Because I did it. I already voted. I put it in. I saw the mail lady. No gender pronouns. The lady that's the post delivery. She's taking it away. I did the thing. I read the instructions. I voted who I'd vote for. Folded it up, stuck it in the secret envelope, which goes into the envelope, and then when you put it in the envelope, then you mail it off. And on the outside, you sign it. It's on the outside. Your signature's on the outside of the envelope. That's what this is about. I completed my ballot, put it in the privacy sleeve, and then in the outer envelope, which I signed and sealed. Having done that, and reflected on scammers, hackers, phishers, etc., I suggest that the signature be affixed to a document on the inside of the envelope, if possible, in the future. This would Sailor? Yes, sailor. This would preclude the multitude of thieves these days from photographing it with their smartphones and using it for their evil purposes. Gregory Carrera. There's nothing like your signature being photographed. Alright. Well, I'm just doing these daily, little news, little vlog. Trying to keep a daily thing going on to see if I can. These get like very little views, and my top 10 review of paranormal channels got some traction. So I don't know where my channel's going now, but I'll just try to do these because you know what? Gotta look at the bright side of life. Surprise! Oh look, it's kind of orangey like a pumpkin, eh? So fresh all over to you. Get out the knife, here come the pumpkin head. Get out the knife, here come the pumpkin head. Fresh air, get out the knife, here come the pumpkin head. Fresh aloha, fresh air, fresh water, fresh aloha to you, fresh aloha to you.